Then I got Graham Greene's The End of the Affair. This is another author who I've been collecting a bunch of books of his. This is the third book of his that I've bought, and I still haven't read them yet, so I don't know. And I think this is the one I hear a lot of good things about, so this might be my first one. I think this one might make me excited enough to pick it up. It also sounds the most interesting. So then I got a big book, a nice big huge book, Possession by A.S. Byatt, another author I have never read before. And yeah, this is a big chunker. This is a book that is on a lot of people's like big book phobia list. And I'm not really scared of big books, though this one does look a little intimidating. But I have it. I will read it one day. And so super excited to get to it. I probably am going to say that like a million times because I am very excited to read all of these books. I got Revolutionary Road by Richard Yates. This is a mass market paperback with a movie tie-in cover. Again, something I may probably replace later on in life, but at least I have this copy now if I ever decide I want to pick this up. And it's actually, the book is in like pristine shape. Like, it is the best shape I've ever seen a mass market paperback at a used bookstore. Like, it is in really good shape. And I'm looking forward to reading this. I saw the movie and I was kind of underwhelmed by it, but I've been told that the book is a whole lot better than the movie. So I have this. This would be my first Yates. So then I got What I Loved by Siri Husfeld. I heard Karina E talking about this book on, I think it was either on her channel, and she was tweeting about it on Twitter also. And so when I saw the author name, I was like, ooh, that sounds really familiar to me. And then when I saw the cover, I was like, ooh, I really want this. And the description of it sounds really interesting, so I picked this up. Then I picked up two short story collections. The first one is Something I've Been Meaning to Tell You by Alice Munro. I am one of those people who have never read anything by Alice Munro. I've been aware of her for a while, but I just never picked up one of her books. So this will be my first Alice Munro. This is a collection of 13 stories. And then I picked up Will You Please Be Quiet Please by Raymond Carver. This is Raymond Carver is like the king of the short story. Like, every class that I've ever taken, anything that ever talked about the short story has mentioned Raymond Carver. The only story I've ever read by him is Cathedral, which has been anthologized so many times. And so I'm super excited to get a chance to read this and learn what all the fuss is about. Then I got two Gloria Naylor novels. I got Linden Hills by Gloria Naylor, and then I got Mama Day by Gloria Naylor. So if you don't know, I read Bailey's Cafe last year, and it was one of my favorite books of the year, and so I'm super excited to get into more Naylor. Linden Hills in particular, I really am excited to read because it sounds a lot like the storyline sounds very familiar to a character storyline that was featured in Bailey's Cafe that I thought was really, really interesting. So I'm really excited to get to this book. So these are my two Gloria Naylor books. I'll read them after I read The Women of Brewster's Place, which I think I'm reading this month. Then I got Jonathan Franzen, The Corrections. It's a kind of modern classic at this point, I'm guessing, and I've never read any Franzen, so this will be my first. I saw this. I also saw Freedom, but for some reason I just decided to get this one. I think at the point I was like so bogged down with books that I had to start actually making choices instead of just buying everything that suited my fancy. So I got Corrections. Then I got The Master and Margarita by Mikhail Bulgakov. I know how to say it. I just can't say it. Like, I know how it's supposed to be pronounced, but I'm not saying it correctly. I've just heard a lot of this. This is actually a book I discovered through BookTube. I've heard a lot about it, and so I'm excited to get to it. Oh gosh, I have to stop saying that. And I got The House of the Spirits by Isabel Allende. I have been wanting to read this for a while now. I actually requested a copy of it from my library, and like whoever had this book just kind of kept it, even though it was due like months ago, and whoever had it just never turned it in. And then like seriously, I bought this on Saturday and I got an email a few hours later from the library saying that the copy had finally come in. Like, I was like, seriously? Anyway, so I bought it. I own a copy of it. I can get to it whenever I feel like it. And it's a family drama set in South America, and I just heard a lot of really good things about it. So I got that. I got Bel Canto by Ann Patchett. This was kind of an impulse buy. A group that I follow on Goodreads, I can't remember which one. I think it's the Goodreads Choice Awards group. We're reading this book as like one of their buddy reads or something like that. And so the title just kind of jumped out at me when I was looking, and I looked it up, and the description of the book sounds really good, so I picked it up. Then I got The Real Thing by Tom Stoppard. He is one of those major names in theater. I have a love-hate relationship with him because I like some of his stuff and I don't like some of it. So I got this. We'll see which category this one falls into. But yeah, it's just The Real Thing by Tom Stoppard. Then I got Mama by Terry McMillan. I have never read anything by Terry McMillan. For some reason, I've always kind of thought of Terry McMillan as kind of like a fluffy kind of writer. Kind of like not necessarily a writer to take seriously, which is kind of sad. I think it's because of like the two movies that are based on her book, the Waiting to Exhale and How Stella Got Their Groove Back, are so kind of comedic in a way, or they have become kind of comedic in particularly in like Afro-American culture, that I kind of thought that maybe, I don't know, I didn't realize that the books would have value. But anyways, I'm rectifying the fact that I've never read Terry McMillan by starting with this one. When I was looking at her bibliography, this was the book that sounded like I would like the most. And so when I saw it at the book sale, I was like, yes, I'm going to get it, try her out, see what she's about, and maybe, who knows, maybe I'll end up reading How Stella Got Her Groove Back. We'll see. Then I read How the Garcia Girls Lost Their Accent by Julia Alvarez. This is again another author whose stories and books I've seen anthologized a lot, and so this will be my first book of hers. I think it's a novel, or it might be I thought it was, yeah, I think it's a novel. So yeah, I've been meaning to check it out, so I have it and I hope to get to it soon. What else do I have? Saul Bellow by Herzog by Saul Bellow. And I do not remember where I heard about this book from, but I saw it. It was super familiar to me for some odd reason, even though I don't know anything about it. And so I grabbed it. Yeah. Impulse buying. That's what you do when things are 10 cents. And then I got To the Lighthouse by Virginia Woolf. I have not read any Virginia Woolf. This would be my first. I don't know if I should start with this or if I should start with Mrs. Dalloway. If you have any suggestions of which one I should start with, let me know in the down box. But I now own this book, so this may be my first one just because I own it. And then I have The Prestige by Christopher Priest. This is the ugliest cover of a book I have ever seen in my life. It is atrocious. It is just like, seriously. But it was 10 cents. And I'm not 100% convinced that I'm going to like this book as much as I'm getting a phone call. I'm sorry. I'm not 100% sure that I'm going to like this book as much as everybody else says they did. I've seen the movie And I love the movie, and I'm wondering whether or not that is going to influence how much I like the book. But Estelle at Auta Imta really liked it, so I'm going to check it out. It might be up my alley. Again, I love the book, so we'll see. And then I got a bunch of like kind of new release type books. So I got The Shadow of the Wind by Carlos Ruiz Zafón, and I've heard a lot about this actually on BookTube, and I don't even know what it's about, but I've heard it recommended by a bunch of people, so I got it. We'll see what happens. Then I was so excited to get this. I could not believe that it was there. I was like, are you serious? I got An Untamed State by Roxane Gay, and I am so excited to check this out. Like, I just can't believe that it was there. Like, who gave this up? I would like to know. Thank you, whoever you are, because now I have it. But yeah, like, I am so excited to read this. I thought I was never going to get a chance to get to it, because, like, there's, like, 25 people ahead of me for this book on, like, the library holds list. So it's like, I'm never going to get to this. But I got it. I own it. So hopefully, maybe I'll get to it this year. I'm hoping so. So here's what I got. Yep. And I also got The Magicians by Lev Grossman. Another one that I was really surprised to see there, and surprised that I got a chance to get. It's a fantasy novel. I heard a lot about it. Can't wait to read it. And then, actually, I might read it this month with the BookTube Reading Buddies. I don't know. And then I got Wench by Dolan Perkins Valdez. And this book has been on my my wish list, my Amazon wish list, for a really, really long time, and I finally got it. It is about a white man and their enslaved mistresses, and they meet at this place called the Tawana House, which sounds kind of like a brothel. And I think it's just really interesting to look at I've always been really fascinated by the sexual relationships that formed between Black women and their white masters, and just the way that worked, and, you know, the power dynamics in it, and just the kind of all of the moral questions that it begs. And so I've always been super fascinated by it. So I've been really wanting to read this for a while. So I have this, and then there's one more that I have. Eek. And then I have Amulet by Kazu Kibuishi, and it's book 1, The Stone Keeper. And I got this for $3. Let's see, it's $11.99. $10.99 is like the regular going price for it, so it probably sells for like $5 on sale if you get 50% off. I got it for $3. I was super excited. I thought that I was just gonna like peruse this real fast and just like quickly see what the book was all about. And I read like the first 2 or 3 pages, and like seriously, I was gonna say oops, stuff goes down in the first 3 pages of this book. Like, I was like, oh my god, like I was reading it thinking I was just gonna get a quick synopsis or a quick look at it. I was like, oh my god, something serious happens in here. I'm not gonna tell you what, but oh my gosh. Anyways, I'm really excited to read this. So this is actually the only graphic novel that I own. No, it's not. I own an Alison Bechdel graphic novel, Fun Home. So this is the second graphic novel that I own, and I was super excited to get it. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it was at the library book sale either. So I believe I have showed you everything. If I haven't, whoops, I'll show you on Twitter. Anyways, but this video is now done. It's finished. If you have read any of these books and you think that I should push them up way, way high on my TBR list, please let me know in the down box below. And if there's any of these books that you really would like for me to read real soon so we could talk about them, maybe you're reading them at the moment, that'd be cool. I love buddy reads. Otherwise, guys, have a great day. Bye.